Hello, everyone. Okay, so I'm going to give an update on my last week's message and also on my eye. This is not the eye that's bothering me, but it's starting to itch a little bit. But I've been putting the medication in both eyes. This is the eye that was bothering me. Excuse me. Still got a little bit of cold. And as we can see, it's a little bit still wonky, but it's better. I can see my eyes are open now and they're not nasty, so I'm good. But as my eye is healing, my spirit has been healing. My mind has been healing. And the Lord has been able to penetrate and speak to me. So I'm going to give you an update on my last week's vlog and how the Lord has been working in my spirit. I'm going to read it because, as I told you probably before, if you've listened to that message, that sometimes I have to write things down as the Lord has given it to me, and I want to present it in the way that He gave it to me. And so I don't want to make any mistakes or dismiss anything. So I'm about to read it, and then I'm going to stop for a second, give you a story, and then reread. Okay? All right. So I'm about to turn away from the screen. Since my last vlog, I have been thinking about the situation with the women at my job and also thinking about what I said to all of you. Each and every moment of my life, I always want to make sure that I'm making God proud and that I'm doing God's will so that my message will resonate to your spirit. This morning, I was at my patient's home and David Jeremiah again came on Fox 5 with the message of power, the power of forgiveness, part 2. So, of course, I listened. I heard God, and although Dr. Jeremiah's message did not say this specifically, God spoke to my spirit with these words: forgiveness has no pride. I still believe in that message that I gave earlier because it does speak to those who do not understand Christians and that we are human and that we are fallible. And now that I've said that, we also must learn not to be prideful and not to be self-righteous. The story I wanted to tell you was back when I might have been, I want to say about 25, 26. Anyway, this story, I was in a building that I used to live. It was a building I used to live in. And the building had, it was a small building, but I was a single parent, and I think I mentioned that I was a single parent. I had 2 kids, and I didn't have men coming all through my home. I never did. I'm just not that person. If I'm in a relationship, I'm in a relationship. Otherwise, I'm not, And so people tend to take notice of that. And this man one day came up to me and said to me that I can see that you're backed up. Now, I don't know what made him see that. I wasn't a cat. It's not like I was emitting smells. I don't know what the heck he was talking about. But anyway, I was upset that he said that. But I ignored it. What happened is I had to put my garbage out one night and I had to go to the back of the building and he tried to block me back there. And of course, it scared the mess out of me. My parents used to live in that building, but they had just moved. And so I guess he knew that. So he thought that this was his time to come at me with this. So it scared me. But I did get in the house. I pushed past him. I got upset and went in the house. And I called my dad and I called my daughter's father. Now, my daughter's father and I weren't together, but, he's a good man and he's always been there, still is there. Just a good person, period. And we've always been family regardless. So both of my father and my daughter's father came to my rescue and they spoke to him, went and knocked on his door and told him off and everything. I didn't even know he was married. I had never seen a woman come out his home or anything. But she was so upset with me and she started screaming. So we had this screaming match. And this screaming match, she was like, I'm so tired of people telling me, well, my man is in here trying to be with them, and this, that, and the other. And I'm sitting here like, he did, and we're going off at each other, right? We're going off. Now, I got that she was hurt. And it started to, really make me think, Lord, I've been through this. I've been through my man doing this, okay? And not wanting to listen and wondering why everybody trying to take my man. I was young and silly and I didn't get that. Yes, it's my man that's doing this, you know? So I just realized that, this woman is hurt and she's speaking out of anger because she's hurt. And so the next time I saw her, I said, I want to just come to you, regardless of what had happened or what may not have happened, because I don't want to have that as a conversation. I want to say to you that I'm sorry on how you're feeling, and that, because she was speaking when she was screaming that day about how she just want to, do God's will, and she's there praying people, and she's just trying to raise her kids, and I heard me in her. And so I said, that's what when I saw her the next time, I said, I heard you, and I don't want to have an issue with you. So I want to apologize to you on how I acted towards you. And I said, I want, if we ever walk to the pearly gates and we have to go there together and we're side by side, then we're not doing it, not looking at each other, being in this way like, but she upset me, So that's my story on that. And so I'm going to continue because like I said, I just remember that story so well. I remember, no, I didn't like how she just didn't believe me, but it wasn't about that. She was hurt. She knew her man was acting up. It's not the first time, as she had mentioned. And I understood what that was like. Being a woman, being in that position, being in that situation, I totally understood. So in my past, I've been so forgiving. And I've been a little bit more skeptical. And later in my life, I've been a little bit more skeptical. I've been guarding my heart and wanting others to not take my kindness for a weakness. So I remembered in my last relationship how my ex used to always have this way of saying, I'm going to get them. If someone did something wrong to him, he would always say, I'm going to go get them. I'm going to make sure they pay. I'm going to make sure they pay. And to me, that was evidence of a vengeful spirit. His famous words was, I'm going to push their wig back. So he's 11 years older than me. And basically, I guess that was a slang back then. I'm going to push their wig back. Sounds funny when you visualize, push their wig back. Anyway, I used to always explain to him that having a forgiving heart completely is the best way we can get through this. And I thought about that for myself. Yes, that woman did get under my skin at my job. And I don't like feeling silly when I'm dealing with people. True, I did say I was going to have a very strict manner with her. And when it came to, dealing with her, I was just going to be professional. But I thought about it. If God did that to us, think about every time when we do wrong, if God decides, I'm going to treat you on a certain level, what would that look like for us? Becoming God-like is to be able to love in the way God loves us and in the way He forgives us. And that's true forgiveness. Being able to go back to your former self, still guarding your heart, but knowing that you're not doing this just for them, and you're not doing this to seem better, but you're doing it first to have peace in your own spirit and to make God proud and to do God's will. When I treat anybody who have wronged me in a manner that is not naturally myself, I am afflicted, and I don't want to be affected. So I say that yes, I will go back to my former friendly self because my former friendly self is who I am. And when I have to put her or anybody in their place, I'll do that too. And then go back to my former friendly self. It's not crazy, it's just who I am and how God made me. And I love how I'm made. Point blank. So to all Christians and those who want a closer walk with God that hear this message, true forgiveness has no pride. Okay? I love you all, and I'm going to speak to you all soon. Have a blessed Sunday. Bye bye.